Following the Battle of Tanga, the British command in East Africa scrambled. While yes, the Germans would purchase or take supplies in from the local British African population, the supposed German Arab Corps, under slave trader Sidi bin Imbruk, was left in charge of holding the defenses as German askari and European volunteers were shifted south to defend Tanga. The rampant pillaging had led Major J.M.P. Hawthorne to make Uganda a refugee post, which had swelled to around 5,000 individual refugees, being fed by British Army stocks. General Wapshire, taking over the command after the fallout from Tanga, felt that it would be better for the refugees to be able to return home to free up supplies for his war effort. He made plans to liberate the coastal area. The British forces in the area had been restructured to accommodate the new forces from the Indian Expeditionary Force B, which had been demoralized after the Battle of Tanga. Needing a quick win, British Zanzibari Liwali bin Ali spy network confirmed to Nairobi that the regular and volunteer forces had been redeployed to Jasin, while only the German Arab Corps having pickets throughout the occupied area. The time to strike back was now. British General Tai was given command and assembled his force along the coast in Msambweni. Included were the 101st Grenadiers, 2nd Kashmir Rifles, the Jasin Infantry, Wavell's Arab Rifles, B and D Company of the 3rd King's African Rifles, 1 company of scouts under Lieutenant Jones, and 2 machine gun sections. This buildup was concluded on the 16th of December. Immediately, the Jahint infantry were dispatched to take Kikameni, and Lieutenant Jones' scouts secured Mdogo. On the 17th of December, the main advance to reclaim the southeast coast of British East Africa began. The lead column under Lieutenant Colonel H.E. Vallings, commanding both 3rd King's African Rifle Companies and half the 2nd Kashmir Rifles with machine gun support, reached Kindumu that night. No contact made. On the 18th of December, the lead column continued its march, leaving behind a section to resecure Mjoni. A German section on the south bank of the Mwina River was driven off. The lead column halted at Kasiangongo to await the rest of the main body, as well as the inland flanking column of the Jahind Infantry and Lieutenant Jones' Scout Company, having marched through 6 separate villages and had made no contact with enemy. On the same day, the HMS Fox and an escort fired their guns off at Tanga. Elsewhere, naval transports landed a British detachment at Manza Bay that confiscated and sank all the local watercraft, but couldn't land at Moa due to the thick reeds. On the 20th of December, the entire force pushed onto the Umba River. Despite the rain swelling the river, the British seemed to have not been stalled. The King's African Rifles were used as a skirmishing screen of the main advance, continually pushing the German Arab Corps after quick exchanges. On the 21st of December, the British advance was so rapid the British hadn't sustained any casualties from hostile action when a section of the King's African Rifles neared Vanga. The German Arab Rifles withdrew without fighting. Despite Vanga being prepared for a siege, no fighting took place in the village. Other Germans en route had to be redeployed to Tanga and Moa, despite the British not actually landing troops to take and hold those positions. As British General Tai secured his front, he established his HQ at Goa so that he could be resupplied overseas and not rely on carriers over land. The German Arab Corps units at Jasin retreated again, and 50 German men were rushed to reoccupy the village's defenses. On Christmas Day, 1914, Tai ordered Colonel T.O. Fitzgerald of the King's African Rifles to take his King's African Rifles unit and a company of the 101st Grenadiers to gauge the German strength at Jasin. The overwhelming British numbers performed a bayonet attack at the German garrison, which immediately sent this token German force to retreat. The action left 2 British and 7 German dead. On the 27th of December, intelligence reports and patrols confirmed that Jasin was still undefended. General Tai, seeing his position among the Cecil plantations as defendable, and the local German forces easily bullied, he ordered the occupation of Jasin. Upon reporting this, Nairobi ordered no further advance, thus ending the German invasion of the coastal regions of British East Africa, and finally the British in the north taking the offensive.